What's up, guys? It's Aaron here. I'm going to go up to Edinburgh Fringe in August, my first show, and I can't wait. But before I do that, I need to preview the show up and down the country. So I've added a bunch of work in progress dates. Manchester's already on sale. Some of the others might be as well by the time this goes out. All the links are going to be in the description. Liam's going to join me for some of them. It's dead small rooms, dead cheap tickets. It's going to be loads of fun. Come down, let's have a laugh. I'll see you there.
That guy shot his own dad. I wake up
And
to
he's
like...
smacking your head against the patio.
This is actually quite a harrowing
Yeah,
story,
you're
isn't it?
bleeding on the boat.
What is a 10-year-old doing to stop 9/11? Fuck off, I'll shove that guitar up your arse.
I feel like I'm dead already. Like, I've got nothing else to live for.
So the last time you were on the podcast, we had a
Now we
comment.
started.
Yeah, well, now we're starting.
Right, okay.
So all the
Well, we've
hate
not
crimes.
now.
Have we started
We've
now?
got to restart.
No. Keep
No, we're
this
restarting
in.
now.
Keep this in. So this is the
We're
start.
going to restart
This
every
is the
5
start.
minutes.
Officially, this is the start.
Now, or you're going to.
Right now, I've started, Finn.
Okay, cool. I'm with you.
But have you, though? Because I edit this, so maybe I've jump cut it. Has it started yet?
I don't know.
No?
I don't even want
What
to
is
start
a
it now.
start?
Deep. Existential.
There you go.
Last time
That's
we
what you
were...
got me in for.
Last time you were on, someone commented on the video the things that man will do to get a microphone, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that was like an insult to our podcast or a commentary
Ooh.
on the shit.
Yeah,
that
it
you
was heavy.
revealed.
We didn't respond because we didn't know how to respond.
Yeah, you didn't be. Fuck you.
Yeah.
This is great.
Like, what's he
but
doing
was
on
it-
that shit podcast just
Yeah.
to speak? Or did he really shit himself in an Uber? Do you know, like, we weren't sure whether it was
yeah, that
like...
did happen. Well, I've got a microphone now
Yeah.
on the podcast.
You didn't previously, though.
I didn't.
That was our whole selling point. Finally, Finn has a microphone.
You've
And
got
we're
one now?
so, like,
Is this
Yeah.
since the new studio you've got?
Yeah,
like-
you're behind, aren't you?
Yeah.
I've got one now. New studio.
behind. He's not making an effort to catch up.
No, I am just slowly and steadily.
Where are you up to? Am I even there?
The other,
He's not arrived yet.
the other
Doesn't work
intern,
for them
John.
yet.
No, literally,
John,
I think
intern John.
I've listened to Big Finn's first episode. I think that was genuinely the last episode I listened to.
So you're 2.5 years behind.
Brilliant.
Fucking hell, has it been that long? He's been going that long?
Yeah, January. I joined November 2020, and they started January 2020.
Yeah.
They were on 800 patrons when I joined.
The way they talk about how unbelievable it all is, you would think they've been going for 3 hours. Everything they've achieved,
No,
you know what I mean?
but still, though, as well, to achieve that in like a couple of years. It's
Yeah,
fucking-
it's
Yeah,
been
for sure.
the past. So we hit 20,000 patrons the other day, and then the day after, I got on.
We hit
Face-
20,000 downloads on the same day.
This isn't a dick
way more
comparing
than that.
contest.
It's way
This
more
is
than that.
just-
It's like 24.
Yeah,
Your dick can't even fit in the room if we're comparing them, Finn.
mine.
Yeah.
I don't. It's not
He's
me,
Turkish,
is
he
it?
probably could.
It's true. Yeah, and then the day after, I got a Facebook memory of it was 10,000 a year. So it's kind of the snowball's gone a bit
Yeah.
mental. I'm sure it'll even out at some point, but we just got to keep riding that till it kind of goes. What was
Yeah,
your
because he
question?
used to be more frequent.
Can't even remember.
Was it who was it an insult to? Me. I'm gonna go with me.
Do you think?
I think they were
Boost our ego.
joining in with the banter of me not having a microphone, but
Yeah.
whoever you are, fuck you. I've got one now.
What's the feedback been like since you got one? Take it off.
Take it away.
Yeah. But you called that before they even give it you.
Yeah.
Because I said that to you. I was like, as soon as you give, like, they're all trying to get you one. As soon as you get it, they'll be like, oh,
Yeah, well, they
bad
did
idea.
it at the arena. Carl went, who wants to hear Finn speak more on the pod? And half the people went, way, and who wants to hear Finn speak less? And half the people went, way.
I feel like you could do that with every single person on the stage, though.
Yeah.
But in an arena, though, that, you know, that's what.
Yeah,
the
it was
fucking-
3,500 people.
Carl's a fucking egg. Imagine even asking that question. That's so horrible.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for poor fucking. Do you know, like, if there was the campaign for you to get a microphone, you finally got one.
Yeah.
What about poor fucking Steve? No one asked
Steve?
about whether he gets one or not.
Who? What? Steve?
You're really gonna do him like that?
You did the Northwest Comedy Awards.
Northwest.
The
No,
National
we don't
Comedy
even show up to them
Awards.
once. Send Simon
you,
Lomas
that.
up.
I'd suck a dick
Did
to
he
be
read it out
invited.
this year?
I would
You
have gone.
gave
I
him-
would have gone.
Wild High Club won it this time, didn't they?
Yeah.
Coming for your strap, mate.
No, fair play. And then maybe you guys will win it next year. Who knows?
We know.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know.
I thought, like, sometimes you look at things like that and you go, Ant and Dec won it like 19 times, so why didn't they just give it to you again?
They won a Northwest Comedy
No,
Award
but
19 times.
No, but like, they've won like a
Saturday
fucking...
Takeaway was power for you.
They've won like a soap award or
Campbell.
some shit
Campbell.
like that. Yeah. You've won a year's supply of toilet paper. That would have been good a couple of years ago, wouldn't it? But yeah, they won like the
Topical, that.
TV award.
Topical for
Thanks.
2020.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, thanks, mate. But they won a TV award like 19 times, didn't they, or something ridiculous like that. So I thought you guys were going to get it again, but I guess they're just fucking...
Nah, just mix it up, innit?
Yeah.
Mix it up.
Makes
Mouth
people
High do
feel
great
involved.
social media, and
Yeah, for sure.
we all love them guys, don't we?
Yeah.
Don't we?
Yes, of course.
Don't we? Yeah.
What are you trying to do?
Fuck you, Dean. I'll spark you out.
He does like kung fu, doesn't he? So
Does he? I was only
He does
messing
kung
anyway.
fu.
He does something, doesn't he? Like
Kung
jiu-jitsu.
fu.
I don't know. He does some form of martial art.
Jiu-jitsu and kung fu are a bit different. Like,
What's the difference?
He's got a mixed race girlfriend. He's like, he does kung fu. That's just...
Is that not her name?
I've heard he does do her. Yeah. We should probably stop. So you went to the National Comedy Awards. How was your suit?
Thanks. It's a leading question. I really liked my suit.
On your dad 10 years ago.
I've not seen it, so I'm laughing, but I have not seen it.
1 minute. Right.
He says 1 minute like he's going to spark me.
No,
Hey,
go on.
no.
Yeah, 1
He's a
minute,
trained
1
boxer.
minute, I'll
Don't
deal with
fucking mess with him.
Is he?
Yeah,
No.
Aaron's a trained boxer, lad.
It's getting tedious. Just show us.
Look how annoyed he is.
So I ordered one suit.
Jamie commented this morning. Got in me feelings.
I don't know what's happened there.
Aaron used to do boxing classes,
Same.
so he's a trained boxer. See, here he is.
Same. I was like 8 though.
Would you say that? Yeah, exactly. Would you say that you're hard?
Right now, looking at Liam, yeah.
20,000 patrons. I don't have a clue why. Would
It's
you?
not me, is it?
No, it's not. No. What was I going to say? What was the question?
Boxing.
Boxing.
Yeah.
He's-
Would you say that you're hard now?
No,
Exactly.
I've never been in a fight.
Do you not feel
Exactly.
like you
I was
could
like
tie yourself
15.
in,
Is this
though?
wood or is this like
Oh, it's
plastic?
probably like cardboard
Okay.
inside or
I'll
something.
touch the
It's
floor.
IKEA.
Touch wood.
That's not wood either. It's vinyl. Closest you're getting
The
is my
plant.
last name.
Touch wood. I've never been in a fight, but everyone has that fantasy, don't they? I reckon I could handle myself. But
fantasy?
when it, no, like, do you know, like when you think about, oh, if I was in a fight, yeah, I'd fucking knock the guy out.
Yeah, I've had fights. Like that.
I have a
I've done it.
vision that like
I
You've knocked someone out.
not knocked someone else. I punched a kid in the face.
A kid?
When I was a grown man. No, I was a kid as well. I punched another kid in the face,
Yeah.
square in the nose, blood everywhere, and it made me see the light. I was like, no, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done.
because he sparked him
to
back
God,
out. He
yeah.
started going into it.
He didn't. He called me the F word for gay people.
Right. I thought you meant fuck then. I was like,
Why are you not saying fuck on the podcast?
What did he say?
He went, come on then. Yeah. And then,
What
and then
was
his
the
mum
word?
called him for his tea. So we were in the park.
Suit for the Comedy Awards. So,
going back to what you were
No
saying
fighting.
though, I have a vision. I know what you're saying. Like I like to think I'd be able to handle myself.
Yeah.
I've fantasized about like somebody shouting something at Beth, just something derogatory
Yeah.
on a night out, and then I just like kill the man. Like he
fucking
just
messing?
dies.
kill them.
Just dead. You know
Oh.
what I mean? Like it's not
Just
real.
look, staring
like
at
just staring at him, and he just fucking disintegrates. It's
Yeah.
like some sort of, it's like something out of a movie.
Is Beth Gobby? Because I've had situations where
No,
like things have been
absolutely
happening, and my fantasy is like, I hope to God Rebecca doesn't say anything.
Beth's extremely gobby while sat in the car with the windows up, and after that, it's
Yeah. No, Rebecca is gobby, and I do shit myself a bit. Like, luckily nothing's kicked off, but sometimes she'll speak loudly, and I'll be like, just because it's me they're gonna come for, innit? See me as the threat.
I don't know about that.
You don't agree?
No, I feel
People
like
like me
I
you
feel
gotta
like they would
watch out
still try
for.
to batter back. I feel like it's less horrible. Like obviously, if they're hitting a woman's bad, of course it is. But I would rather hit back than you. I think.
Do you reckon?
What?
Oh, yeah.
I just feel like
Why zone out for a minute? Are you
You've
trying
not-
to hit a woman? What's going on?
He's trying to hit
You've-
my wife. Mate.
you've not met Beck, but you've met him, and I would feel less guilty hitting Beck than I would him.
The only thing you know about
He's
my wife,
pathetic.
bear in mind, is that she cut that sign and she made that sign. That's
She does DIY.
I've heard
mate.
things as well. You know, the comedy scene talks.
hey, she'd spark you out, mate. You look at you starting trouble that you can't fucking.
Okay, I won't.
I don't know what he did wrong. I feel like we've gone off track. The Comedy
The
Awards.
Comedy Awards. The suit. So I ordered one suit. It arrived and it didn't fit properly. The jacket was maybe one size too small, so I could have done it, but I had to breathe in. So I was like, right, back to the drawing board. They didn't have that suit in my size, so I had to order a different suit. There was a bit more of a bold kind of suit. It was kind of oversized, very kind of.
Can we slide the photo in here?
Well,
Go for it.
I haven't seen
Slide the selfie in first, because the selfie, it looks great.
Yeah, because it's only your head in that.
Turns out, it wasn't even a red carpet, it was blue. That's what I was fuming about when we got there. We were all like, we were told it was a red carpet. Blue. Not good. The picture they took of us, so I'll show you now.
Changed.
Yeah, colour coordinating to the carpet.
So, here's the selfie. I think it looks quite fashion-y and kind of... I came into the lobby and Carl was like, I love your suit. It's very like Asian-y kind of Japanese-inspired style.
Did you go to Japan once?
I don't know what to expect.
I think Carl's been to Japan.
Yeah.
Doesn't really talk about it. So that's the suit.
Yeah, it's very BTS.
Yeah. Right. Now let me show you the
No, I
red
like it, you know.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Let me see this. I've not seen the selfie.
Okay, so that's the selfie.
Because I went to Milan recently, and
It still looks like it don't fit you, mate.
No, but it's fashion. Like it's more fashion, isn't it?
Right, but also it's a suit jacket that goes to your knuckles.
no, but that's the style, lad.
That is. I'm not very fashion.
You ain't got no style.
I'm not very.
I wear
fashionable.
oversized everything, but come on, man.
No, I like that.
The suit jacket stops here. That's the problem.
Right. So there's that. But
I disagree.
Then the picture of us all. Let me find that. Sorry. The picture of us all was not very flattering of me, and I have been relentlessly mocked on Twitter for this because I'll admit that photo looks awful and it does look like my dad's jacket.
But you say it like it's a different suit to the one you had
I
on the other
know, it
photo.
feels like it was.
It's the way it's hanging on the side. Yeah, it's very boxy, innit?
Yeah.
But I get what you were doing. You were going K-pop Finn.
I was.
And I'm a fan of K-pop Finn.
You a fan of K-pop?
No, but I'm a
Me
fan of
neither.
the fashion.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I was going.
Right,
I was
but
a bit
also-
more. I was a bit more.
Why is
bold
everyone
in my
ripping you?
fashion
And Steve
choice.
looks like a fucking geography teacher who's on the register.
Exactly. You missed Dan. Dan's in the middle.
Yeah, but
I nearly messaged Dan.
I didn't even look at him, you know.
I nearly messaged Dan afterwards because I gigged with Phil Ellis the night before and he had the same shirt on. He had the same shirt on,
And
the
Phil
shirt.
Ellis has got that
Yeah,
jacket,
yeah.
hasn't he? Phil Ellis was recording Mile Pie
But Phil
last week.
actively tries to look the way he does. Do you
I
know what
think Dan. I think
Yeah.
Dan was leaning into it. Have you've seen that picture, haven't you, of that one?
Yeah.
So, yeah, my Twitter mentions for the past few days have just been pictures of David Price's suit when it was too big, Will from the In-Betweeners when he goes to buy the booze.
Yeah. I'm a man.
Yeah, I'm a man who's recently moved to the local area. Yeah, all of that. And I'm just thinking, you know what? I'll just go in a boring black suit next time. Screw the lot of you.
It takes a lot, I think, to put yourself out there. That's why I dress like a fucking gimp. I don't have like any sort of.
Yeah, it's concerning that you're the only one backing his fashion
Yeah,
choices.
it's
Like,
kind
he's
of-
never wearing that again.
Me and Liam are dressed quite similarly right now.
Yeah, but the thing is, on you it's oversized, and me it's tight. It doesn't quite fit the same, does it? Like if I wore that suit, yeah, it might look just like a normal fitting suit, but it's not. It's not what you're going for.
Yes.
Like, I know I keep bringing it up because I feel dead cultured, but I went to Milan recently
Did you?
and I witnessed fashion.
Well, this is going out before you mention Milan.
Well,
Time.
fucking my heads fell off, and I don't
Dustin's
know how to get out
episode
of
was
this.
recorded before
I
this, but
went
it's
to-
going out after
Yeah, I
this.
went to Milan recently.
Because someone's got a song out. Loser.
A prima donna. But yeah, like honestly, the fact like you see well dressed people, and I envy them. But the most well dressed people, and I'm not just saying this because of your suit, were the Asian people. They were going for that K-pop vibe. What am I being? Is that racist to say that the fashionable as fuck?
I just want it as a soundbite.
The Asian people.
The Asian people.
They were, and it's all baggy style, and it's come.
Cut it in different bits.
Yeah. I've stopped
And
listening.
whose fault was it in the end? The Asian people.
No, they were looking good. And they were looking like there was a fella who was dressed like you, but imagine that sort of like style, that oversized style, but like the pants were actually joggers, but you don't realise till you get up close. So you're like, fucking hell, man's dressing for comfort as well as style. He had little fucking moccasins on. That were slippers.
It's a good word to say in that accent.
That's a really fun word, isn't it?
Little fucking moccasins.
Moccasins.
Moccasins?
But they were like slippers, and I was like, that's style, that's comfort. So I dress for comfort, me. Outside of like fucking putting a shirt on just because I'm going to be on camera, I just dress like a slob. Like, I just want to be comfortable.
Yeah. I'd live in joggers if I could.
Yeah, 100%. I just don't have that like fashion sense, so I back you trying something different. You tried, Finn.
Thank you.
That's more than anyone
I
else.
probably wouldn't have done it at the most prestigious award.
On the telly.
Yeah, for the first time.
Yeah.
It does say a lot, though, that I'm the one defending you. Too.
I heard that's why you didn't win, because you're worried you'd trip up the stairs over your jacket sleeves. Can't announce him.
Yeah.
When he comes through the speech, we're fucked.
Who did win?
Chris and Rosie Ramsey, who, by the way, are absolutely lovely and made a point of coming over to us lots of times.
And going,
after-
way!
Fucking knobheads! Dickheads! You even tried for this. We mentioned it like twice. Knobhead.
I heard Rosie sat at the table, farted and left.
I can't confirm or deny that. But yeah, they were great.
We were in your neck of the woods yesterday, and when I say your neck of the woods, I mean Landudno. Is that even close to being near? Llandudno.
Yeah, I gig there like every weekend.
Well, we were meant to, and then we didn't.
Where were you meant to gig?
Big drama show. So
our name is Mud in Llandudno.
Huh?
Our name is Mud in Llandudno.
Can you say it right, guys? Come on.
No, actually, I fucking can't because I got beef with the place now.
Where were you meant to gig?
Just one guy upset him. There's a pub called the Cross Keys.
Oh, you're naming the pub and everything.
Well, he asked me.
Oh,
I'm aware of it.
Oh yeah.
I've not played there.
I got books. A guy messaged me, and he goes, there's a venue that's reopening, and they want a matinee show in the afternoon on Sunday. Yesterday.
Yeah, it's Monday, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
They want a matinee show on Sunday, like in a couple of weeks. Can you host it and then source a couple of acts? So I got Liam and Mike Carter was the other one, because they just get to travel together. It's easy. We got down there, walked into the venue, and there was no way in hell that gig was happening.
But lad, when you said to me, do you want to do a gig in Llandudno in the middle of the day on a Sunday?
The answer is always no.
The alarm bells went off, but I went, this is going to be magnificently shite. Like, and it could be fun.
Was it busy?
No.
What's it fuck, lad?
How many people?
20. But it wasn't a gig. We walked in. No, this is the thing. We walked in, spoke to the bar staff, and they said, yeah, you're just over there whenever you're ready. And I looked round, and there was nothing there. Like, there was no mic stand or anything like that, no mic, nothing. I was like, have you got a mic? And she's like, we didn't know that you needed one.
Should have given me a bell. I'd have driven down.
She just went, one sec, I'll see what we've got in the back. And she goes into the back, comes out with some fucking wireless thing that like barely works.
Like just connects to, like the speakers they pump music out of that are dead small up in like the corners.
Yeah, and you tap the top and there's a 2-second delay before you hear it come out the speakers. It's
like we're talking shit about the venue while Aaron's got it on in his hand and it's not coming through the speakers.
Yeah.
It was that bad.
Yeah.
Nice.
Confidently talking about how shit the venue was through the mic, knowing full well.
No one could fucking hear it.
But yeah, so she gives us a mic, and there's people playing pool right next to where the staging area is, the carpet, if you like. People playing pool, and there's football on all the TV screens around the pub.
Yep.
And so I called the woman over. I was like, this can't happen like this. There's people playing pool. Like, I don't know what you expect of us, but this is awful. There's people watching football. They're not even here for this, and there's 5 kids in the venue. And she's like, oh, well, the kids will be going. I was like, but the gig starts in 3 minutes. What do you mean they'll be going? What are you talking about? Yeah. And she was like, oh, well, we'll get rid of him. I was like, but the adults go with them, and there's only 20 people in the venue in the first place. So then all the audience goes.
Can you imagine if the adults didn't go with them? Just see you later. Kick the kid out.
Just banging on the window like they're in a zoo.
Streets,
So she's just sort of like, I don't know what to suggest. Next minute, she starts storming around the venue going, if you're here for comedy, then you can sit down, stop playing pool, the TVs are going off. But if you're not, then you need to leave.
She was coming over to us going, I'll tell them me, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. She was fuming on our behalf, but she was scaring us. and she was turning everyone against
So
us.
imagine the
good
response
atmosphere.
of the exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, you need to stop. Like, this is not the atmosphere that we need to create. This is awful. Like, this can't happen. And then she starts turning off all the TVs. Bear in mind, the fucking Man United versus Leicester game was yesterday at 2. It kicks off at 1:45 or something. So there's a guy like kicking off that they've turned the telly off, and she's like, oh, the comedians want it off. You're putting it all on us. So he's like fuming. He's like, well, they're not on yet, are they? They're not on yet. So just put it on before they get on there. And I was just like, this is just awful, because none of them are here for this. And then the boss comes in then, and he starts screaming at us.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
we were the
yous?
dickheads.
Yeah. So she put, so what, that woman, she was on the phone, and she just passed the phone to us and put it on speaker. She was like, that's my manager. And this woman started quizzing Aaron. And Aaron wasn't actually being, like, as someone who would love to throw Aaron under the bus and say he was being a diva and a dickhead, he was being super reasonable. And this woman was
Just
dead.
love the art. You know what I mean?
This woman, the manager, was being like a bit arsey on the phone, just asking questions that weren't really relevant to what Aaron was saying. So how many of you are there? And how long are you supposed to be doing? Which, you know, isn't what's up for discussion. Yeah. And she just goes, I'm just gonna go a minute. I'll call back in a sec. And she comes over again, and it's like a fella on the phone this time, and she's not really giving us any context. She goes, that's me boss's boss. And from the second of her passing the phone to us, he's just like, I'm outside, I'm coming in now. So I don't even know why he was on the phone. And he comes storming in.
Nice.
And he just literally talked like, it was like, obviously with comedy, you want to sort of set up a vibe, like Aaron was saying. It's all about kind of like, we're all going to have a good time.
Yeah.
And you also want to not look like a kid getting told off in the corner if you're going to stand up in front of everyone and make it. Then they instantly don't respect you.
Yeah.
And he came in like on the bounce. And straight away, like, he was putting it all on us again, wasn't he? Like, I don't see what the problem is. I've advertised it. He went, I've advertised the comedy. The comedy's happening.
He said
I'll turn the tellies off.
It for months. We've been advertising this. I said, you've not, mate, because I was booked a week ago. And your venue opened 2 days ago.
Yeah. So is this the guy that booked you?
Yeah.
No, this was the guy who booked us.
So a guy booked me for this venue, essentially.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know you've not been advertising it, because this is your grand reopening. I know you've not been advertising it. You're full of shit. Like, he was an absolute gobshite. He just shouting at us and screaming at us and going, oh, I've had to come in on my day off and all this sort of stuff. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this, we're not being aggressive with you in any way. And the words, we're not doing the gig, haven't left our mouths. All that we're trying to explain to you is that if we do this gig, everyone is going to leave, which isn't unusual for Liam's gigs. But...
No comment, it's true. Continued.
But you don't want that. It's just going to hurt sales more. People have come to watch the football. No one's here for this gig they didn't know was happening. If they've just bought a pint and they have to finish it, but they want to watch the football, they're just going to be annoyed at us anyway. They're not going to enjoy it. And then as soon as they've done with the pint, they're just going to neck it and go next door. Yeah. And as soon as we said that, he just stormed out, made a phone call and said, I've just called the agency, I've cancelled it, go home.
Did they pay you?
Well, I got paid in the morning of.
So I was going, like, nice. when we first go in and
we paid, fuck him.
Well,
we first go in.
But you can catch me in Llandudno this Friday and Saturday
at the Cross Keys for the venue owner, which is Finn's dad's
They're
mate.
all owned by the same people, so it's probably.
You could tell.
I'm not going to slag anyone off. I love them a lot.
Well, I've worked for the guy a
well.
lot. Like, the guy's dead sound. He's such a fucking.
He spat his dummy out though, like, you know, as if he's like a business owner who's done well for himself and doesn't like being sort of challenged in any way.
Yeah.
But we were literally just asking sort of reasonable. We weren't like making demands. We weren't being arsey. We were literally trying to we were telling him what the problems were so that he could at least maybe offer solutions. But in his mind, his solution was, we've already told everyone off. We've already told them not to play pool. We've already I
took a photo of, I won't slide it in for obvious reasons, but I took a photo at 1:59 of a guy racking up the pool table. The gig was meant to start at 2, and it had to start at 2 because I was in Cheltenham last night as well. So I had the really tight double. It needed to be done by 3 because the gig in Cheltenham started at 6.
It was done by 3.
Well, yeah, of course it was. It was done by 2:05.
Sam!
As soon as we got there, like, as soon as we walked in, Adam was like, fucking, I don't know if this is... You know, when we start having the conversation about the situation, and I was just like, mate...
There was 5 kids there. One of them was a legit baby. Like, what are we on about? You can't say...
Liam's not allowed within 50 feet of them.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
I was like, I will eat shit on stage for 20 minutes. I'll do it. I'll die in this room for the money. And Aaron went, I've already got the money. And my attitude just completely changed. 180, like, all right, okay, I'm not doing it.
I got paid 6 hours ago. But it just annoyed me. Like, he was trying to insinuate that we weren't going to do the gig. and we weren't wanting to do the gig, and we had no willingness to, like, as if he was trying to make it happen. And we were just being divas about it. I said, we've not drove from Manchester and Liverpool, respectively, all the way to Llandudno, whatever, to not...
Llandudno.
I don't care.
Llandudno.
But to not do the gig. That's not happened. That would be insane.
Have you ever had issues with a venue that you've performed at?
Yeah. Quite a few.
The M&S Bank.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Why, what?
I had one... So I started gigging when I was like 16, which was a bit of a grey area in terms of I was performing in places that I shouldn't have really been allowed in after a certain time. And there was one time where I saw a guy grope a girl. I saw it happen. And I went on the mic,
You called them out at 16?
I think I was 17 at that point. But yeah, I was like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on there?
I thought he was Liam Gallagher at the front of the
And
OT.
fucking stop. And the guy went to me. He was pissed. He was like, fuck off. I'll shove that guitar up your arse. And I was like, right.
I'm a minor.
So you'd love it. Carried on.
Yeah. So I kind of confronted him. I took the guitar off my thing and probably, what in my head looked like the fucking Wild West. In my head was probably like, let's get this guitar.
I was probably oversized as well.
Fuck you, Aaron. And then he kind of got took away. And then at the end, I was like, that's not on that. And the staff were like, well, you shouldn't do that. It's very unprofessional. You shouldn't do that. So we cancelled.
Where was this?
In Prestatyn.
Right, brilliant.
He was like, so we're going to cancel all your gigs that you've got booked in. I only had 2 booked in.
Still?
I was like, yeah, okay, fine. At that point. But yeah, that was probably the worst one.
Did they pay you for that gig?
Yeah.
That's it as well. Like, did they try not to?
No, they were all right about that. It was just their ethics, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a good guy.
It's such a weird stance. Somebody goes in like the next week being like, oh, what happened to that guy you had, the acoustic guy that was there every week? He's like, oh, well, basically, a girl was being sexually assaulted and he didn't like it, so we've kicked him out. Yeah. What are you on about? That's such a ridiculous, like, how do they explain that to anyone?
I had one as well that I must have been 18 at this point. So it's happening once a year. I'm waiting for this year's one. I was playing a new place. I got booked on the day. I'd just finished college. So I'd got home, got all my stuff ready, got there. I was halfway through my first set and the manager came over and went, we're going to ask you to stop because you're playing all sad songs. So we'll give you half the money and you can leave. I went, no. I was like, I just played fucking, what had I played? I played Oh What a Night. No, one of the fucking...
But you played it
instantly, yeah. It's a happy song. I just played that. It's like you're playing. I was then in the middle of playing Rule the World by Take That, which has gone from my set now.
Oh, mate, I'm actually angry at you, but continue.
Why?
Take That as shit.
They got some bangers. It's very cheesy in it. But
like what?
What?
Shine? Mark Owen's voice, mate, fuck me. Sounds like he's sort of singing through a tin can. He's just got that squeaky, horrible...
Go on then, you sing Shine.
I hate shit like that. I really hate shit like that. It drives me insane. You can't have an opinion unless you're better. I'm not a pilot, but if I saw a fucking crash plane, I'd know something went fucking wrong. You know what I mean? Like, what are you on about? You sing it then.
I love Mark Owen.
I'm sorry, mate. Go on.
I'm in the fan club. So yeah, they asked me to leave.
I've got such a sore throat, speaking of. I'm very low key today. I don't know if you're getting that vibe from me, but every time I like shout a bit, I'm getting
pathetic.
Neither of us care.
Okay,
suffer in silence.
I'll just be here.
So,
yeah, I had to get my dad, who doesn't speak very good English.
Does he not?
He's Turkish.
Yeah, well, I just
he speaks English, but in terms of like he can have a conversation, but in terms of like going, I think that was very unprofessional what you did there. He's not going to do that. He's going to be like, "Hey, now." Like that.
Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. Chili garlic?
yeah, I was going to say.
That's what I wanted to say the whole time, but couldn't. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
While he's putting a cat in a bin bag, stamping on it. That genuinely happened when I went to Turkey. That's the only reference point I had.
Well, yeah,
I was sat in a fucking restaurant with Genuinely, I was sat in a restaurant and a stray cat was fucking walking over to us, and I was just sort of be like, woo, do you know what I mean? Like, just like you do or whatever. Yeah. And then a guy comes out and he just goes like that with a fucking bin bag. He's going, right, come here to the cat. I was like, what are you doing? And he goes, no problem. I was like, no, what are you doing with the bin bag and the cat? And he was like, cat disturbance, I get rid. And I was like, no, just leave the cat. And I scared the cat away because he was being friendly to try and lure it into the bag. So I just started stamping my feet towards the cat, so the cat fucked off. And I was like, right, we're off. And I just put some money on the counter and was like, we didn't even finish the food. I was like, you're a fucking lunatic. He was about to stamp on the cat's head because it just merely came near the restaurant.
You can't be ignorant of other cultures, Aaron.
No.
Just because we don't do that here.
I've actually found that quite offensive on your part.
Oh, well. You sound like that venue that got rid of you.
Your dad had to. My dad was a. This is off his story. We'll come back to the other one.
All right.
That was basically it. I got paid in the end because my dad's scary.
I'm scared.
He's not. Yeah. So my dad, he is a fisherman now. That's his job in Turkey. But when he was here, it was just like a hobby. And I one of my like a vivid memory of like being like 8. He called me out into the garden. He was like, come here. I was like, okay, cool. What's going on? He was like, watch this. He had a fish in its hand that was fucking still going. And he just swatted it on our patio over and over again. I just stood there like, what is going on? This man is a psychopath. Until it didn't move anymore. I think I just cried and went inside.
He fucking swatted the fish in front of you.
Yeah.
What was the lesson he was trying to teach?
Be a man. I think that was it.
Did he give you a
But also,
it wasn't. It was the fact he called me over. He's like, "Come on, you're like this. You're like this. Come on."
Where's the fish come from, though?
The sea.
Well, no, I know, but like you didn't give any extra context. Were you just in a yard in the middle of a city?
We were in our back garden. He'd just come back from fishing.
Right, got
I
you.
used to carry him in a bucket. I used to bring the fish
Which
back.
is still terrible.
Yeah, all of it. I don't eat fish. I never eaten fish.
But like, he could have killed them on the beach. But you just put them in a bucket,
I think if you
presumably
hit it
with no
the-
water.
If you just hit it with sand, I think it's just going to be all right.
Right, but there's other ways to kill a fish. There's other ways to kill a fish. I think we've
There
established
is.
that.
There is.
Plenty of ways. But like, he's probably
I'd
just
rather
put them in a bucket without water, carried them for 3 miles, and then spat it off.
No. There was water in the bucket. It was humane. He brought it home to then murder it in front
my
of me.
mistake.
Yeah, that's humane. Did he eat the fish?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, I get the lesson.
Fucking picking out the weeds and that from it.
Was the lesson just like, son, this is what you've got to do if you want to eat fish?
I think so, and then I've not eaten fish, so it didn't work.
It's not the reverse.
Yeah.
He's vegetarian now, so
Yeah.
not
Is
good
that
it
why?
Pretty much.
Did you ever go fishing or anything like that? Did you ever get
Yeah,
dragged
I
on?
used to stand there just for hours.
I don't see the appeal.
No, it's the same with golf. I don't get either of them because I think it's just boring. I've definitely got ADHD or something. I need constant entertainment, and just standing there staring into the sea, hoping is not good. One time,
Is that all it is? Holding a rod and
He was
hoping.
shit at it, I
Is there
think.
not any skill?
I don't think so. He used to talk about it, and he used to have like magazines, and he'd be like, "Yeah, like his Argos catalog."
Your
He'd be like, "Oh
impression of his
I get this one. I get this rod. It's great. Good rod. New rod 2024."
The Nimbus 2000.
Your impression of your own dad comes across so racist. It's like every racial caricature of broken
I will
English.
show you a video when we finished of my dad. I went over in the summer, and I thought, tell you something funny. Adam does his Turkish impression on the podcast, and he goes, "All right, mate." So I was like to my dad, "Repeat this after me. Chili garlic, my friend." And he kept going, "Garlic and chili, yes." And I was going, "No."
He was butchering it.
I was going, literally, just repeat what I'm saying. And he just couldn't get it. We did 3 takes.
How old
and
is he?
60. So you're watching the video. At the end, I'll just go, "Yeah, that's fine. That'll do." I can't put up with it.
He had you when he was like 37 then, man's a shagger.
Yeah,
That's
my
solid,
mum
man.
and dad are older parents. They were 36 when they had me.
It makes the story about the fish sounds even more harrowing because he's just a 50-year-old bloke smacking a fish against the floor.
Yeah.
Like when he's 20, it's not that big of a deal, is it? Do you know what I mean? Because it's like he's just a young lad being a dickhead. But he's like old, he's matured. He's had time to learn the correct ways.
Yeah. He knows. But no, yeah. He took me out fishing once, me and my brother. I fell asleep on the boat. So we were in Turkey and he's got a boat. They're like a little one with an engine on the back. So he took us out. It's the middle of the sea. What? You don't know where it's going, do you? What?
It's just the fact that he's got a little boat, it's got an engine and everything. Like,
no,
so
I mean,
much.
like, it's not a rowing boat. It's got an engine on it. So he took us out into the middle of the sea. I fall asleep on the boat in the middle of the day. I wake up.
And he's smacking your head against the patio.
He's called my brother over. Come on.
Call the week.
He's carried you in a bucket for 3 miles.
So this is the kind. He found this so funny, and this is the kind of humor. Turkish humor is so bizarre. I'd love to record him telling a joke because he gets to the punchline. He's like, "And the lion was not really a lion," and you're like,
it's like every open spot comedian.
yeah. But I woke up to like an intense, like sharp thing, and what he'd done was he put a line out, and he put the fishing wire across the seam of my thumb and finger, and just waited for a bite. Him and my brother were like, "Yeah, go on, get it."
Committed to the bit.
I got up going, what the fuck? Them two are pissing themselves laughing. This is actually quite a harrowing story,
you're
isn't it?
bleeding on the boat.
Maybe I should have kept this one for therapy.
I'll give you a fucking paper cut.
Yeah, this was maybe a therapy story, not a podcast story.
I don't know
the
if you
lines are
remember.
blurred. It's Monday. It's normally.
I don't know if you remember, but last time you came on this pod, you told the story about how you've got an uncle with one arm because he tried to kill loads of fish.
Yeah, he blew him up with
all your
dynamite.
stories are harrowing about fish.
Yeah, he blew
nothing
him up.
else.
That guy. I remembered this afterwards. That guy shot his own dad.
Why?
I don't know. Some row. Turkish people are fucking mental. I love it. Like, I am very proud of my heritage, but they are fucking mental. Yeah. Not the touristy bits, but like my family are like farmers, like historically, so they're all a bit backwards. Yeah, he shot his own dad, who was called Rambo.
I want to
It
see
sounds
this
like
documentary.
such bullshit. It sounds like horse shit.
It's all true.
Was it his given name?
I'm not sure.
They just saw First Blood and fucking loved it.
Yeah, yeah. But he shot him and he survived. Yeah.
Shot him in the head.
The next family meal
It's called
was
50 lira.
Yeah.
Shove an interval there. Shove a little break.
Yeah, we're not beating that.
Fucking hell. We've got merch. Finally, we've got merch.
We've been talking about doing this for ages and we've finally made it happen. We've got our own online store at spreadnegativitypod.com. We're selling t-shirts with logos. We're selling queefs. Whatever you want, we've got it.
We're selling queefs in a jar if you want one. We've got beanies, mugs, phone cases, loads of stuff like that, so check it out. But if you do order something, and I cannot stress this enough, order one size up. I'm a large to extra large in most things. I've got a 2XL in this. Liam, you'll notice, doesn't even have a hoodie yet because they're still making his out of a bed sheet, right? Proper nightmare stuff.
Check us out, spreadnegativitypod.com. If there's anything that you want and you don't see, let us know. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we'll sort it out. And we will get better at these adverts as time goes on. How does it feel to have a camera on you, Liam?
Oh, it's nice. It's
good,
nice
innit?
to actually be desired. That's why I put that photo.
Brought one of the best producers in the game into the studio and then forgot to put the camera on. Lovely stuff.
Well,
Have you ever been called that before?
one of the best producers in the... Well, we've won some awards for stuff.
Have you? You should have said.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's crack on.
Yeah, social media.
Okay.
That's kind of me. I do the clips
He schedules a tweet.
every now and again. What can I say?
Okay, so features. Features?
Yeah.
Features.
Sure.
Lovely stuff. Callum Wright says, how's it going, lads? Got a question for you that you might have seen that's been doing the rounds. You're given the options to take 2 pills, a blue pill or a red pill. You take the blue pill and your life restarts at 6 years old, but you have all the knowledge that you have now. Or you take the red pill and you stay the same age, but you're given £10 million. What do you do?
How old do you stay?
How old do you stay?
No. You know,
Whatever
not
age
the
you
Go
are
£1
back
now.
to
million,
6.
not the £1 million.
You go back to 6.
6.
Yeah.
You're struggling a lot with this.
It's a lot of maths, lad.
So you take this pill, instantly you become 6-year-old Liam Tuffy, but you have all the knowledge in the world that you have now. You go back in time.
Knowledge and
essentially.
memories, or just knowledge?
That's a good point.
That's a good question, yeah.
Because there's no
You're the
point
decider on this.
having a degree in biomedical science if you're fucking 6, is there? 'Cause
It
that's
wasn't
what I've
that. It was more that I don't want to be me now, but as a 6-year-old, that's fucking bleak if you're trapped in a 6-year-old, but you've got
That's
an adult's brain.
Because my
Whereas
first
if you're
thought was
6, but
dick.
you're just dead clever, sound.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you have the memories as well.
All right, well, I don't...
Because the point is, it's got to be a tough decision, and I think the 6-year-old one is dead obvious. I think you go for that one.
No.
No.
So I've got to go from being a married man who has quite a healthy
What's the
sex
problem
life.
so far?
To be a
What's the
married
problem so far?
6-year-old.
So- No, I have quite
No,
a
you go back
healthy
in time.
sex
So
life.
you're no longer, just so we don't blur the lines, everything just goes back in time, but you still have all the knowledge that you have now.
So and my memories. So I still have the same sexual urges I have now in a 6-year-old body.
No, because you still become 6. You just have knowledge.
But I know what it's like to
Yeah.
have had vagina.
Mine wasn't that. Mine was more like just memories in terms of you've built up them memories over them years. When you were a 6-year-old, you'd only had 6 years. Everything else has come
As
after
someone
it.
that's had a fairly traumatic life, I could do without the memories.
Yeah, say I just fucking don't want to get cut on a
Yeah,
fishing
yeah,
rod again.
No,
I
I'm
don't know,
thinking with me dick,
'cause I-
as always. I'm thinking with me... How are you not thinking with your dick?
Because I'm 6 in this story, Liam.
But you've got your memories. So you know what it's like to have loved. Let's not
Okay,
even talk about our dicks. Let's talk about our hearts.
Not memories, but you just... What did you say? What?
So we're not keeping the memories.
Okay, yeah, no memories. You just
6.
go back to 6 years old. I don't know why I tried to include the memories. It just says the knowledge that you have now. Because I asked Beth this. It came through and I was like, that's a fucking good question. I have seen it sort of doing the rounds on fucking line because you can't miss it. But
Knowledge is so broad, though, man.
everything that has happened between... So you go back... How old... What year were you 6 years? This is taking fucking ages.
97.
97, you were 6 years old.
Wasn't
We go
even
back to
born.
1997.
I wasn't even born.
Yeah, I'm old.
You old man.
You go back to 1997, but you are aware of everything that is going to happen between 1997 and 2023. That's the way I've interpreted the question.
But you say knowledge, so I know a lot of shit.
Oh.
Useless stuff.
I figured a way around.
cracking.
I've figured a way around this. I'm saving my pocket money for 7 years, and I am putting.
Bitcoin.
I wasn't going to do that. I was going to put like $1,000 on Leicester to win the
I
league.
literally said, no, I said the exact same thing to Beth.
You could have got fucking Bitcoin. You went to Leicester.
Yeah, I'm not greedy.
I said the exact same thing to Beth because Beth said, "Oh, I'm taking the £10 million," and I lost my fucking mind.
taking
And
the 10.
You're a fucking idiot.
I'm not.
You're an absolute. What would you do? 6 years old, or £10
now
million
we don't
pounds?
have the memories. I'm going for 6.
Yeah, I think you and Beth, both of you, are fucking idiots. £10 million is nothing at all in compared to all the money you would make the second you invest in Amazon.
Yeah, but it's not about
The second you
may as well
invest in
put a gun to your head and
Apple.
kill yourself now. Then,
What?
yeah, fucking do it because that's what you'd be doing if you choose that choice. You'd kill you. Because the 6-year-old that grows up to the age you are now, 25, yeah, that's not the Aaron Wood that I know. That's a different kid. It's
But
a
I'm
different
fine with
person.
that. Like, I'd stop Harambe getting shot. That would never happen. The fucking 9/11 doesn't exist because of your boy.
But
It's not all about the money, Liam. It's not all about your
I'm
dick.
confused about knowledge and memory, so we can know about 9/11, but we
what are
don't
you-
know what it's like to shag a woman.
confused.
Few things. Please stop arguing. I was sitting there going, "Oh, is that my mum and dad again?" Also,
Go get a fish from
how old
somewhere.
are you? Are you 25?
I'm 25, yeah.
How are you stopping 9/11?
No, but he was 97. He said 97 before, so you could stop 9/11.
What is a 10-year-old doing to stop 9/11?
You get kicked out the airport. How are you getting to the airport?
flight. I live in Stockport when I was 6.
Trying to explain to your mum and dad, right? There
Can
is
we go
going
to
to
New
be
York?
there is
You
going
don't
to be
understand.
a there's going to be a terrorist attack.
People didn't really know.
No, they know what a terrorist attack is. The IRA were about.
Okay, yeah, true.
There is going to
My nan's Irish. She knew about them. She
so there is
supported
going to
them
be a
in many ways.
terrorist attack. We need to split up, coordinate, and get on these 4 different aeroplanes. Get Nan involved. Come on. We're going to New York. With guns? What's going on here?
Would you even...
I haven't thought it through.
You would just not even listen. You would just... that information coming out of that 6 year... I don't know how to talk to kids.
Also, I've just thought about another thing. The guilt you would feel knowing, you go in, Maddie McCann's going to get abducted today.
Well, I thought
and I can't do shit about it.
You just invite her for a sleepover so she doesn't get abducted. You just befriend.
then-
You go on holiday to Portugal. You befriend this young girl. This sound. It's like 5 years old. You're like, oh, stay in my hotel tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kate and Jerry would let her stay as
Yeah.
well. I don't think they're pretty arsed about
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
Or
So you
could
stop
go
that
and
from
find
happening.
out what happened.
Watch.
Yeah.
Watch and not do anything, you sick fuck.
No, but then you know.
No, you sick fuck. Don't try and convince me.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching.
Just take 10 mil. It's
But like,
easier.
depending on your age,
This isn't it.
but you'd
I'm
make
thinking
so
of
much
all the
more money.
guilt.
It's not about... What can you not do with 10 mil? Is that not enough? When does it end? When does it end, Aaron?
It's not about what you can do with 10 mil. I don't necessarily want more money, but in the grand scheme of things, it's absolute pocket change
You are nothing.
compared to what you could make.
but
That
the
is
sum.
true.
We are nothing but the sum of our experiences.
Oh, we're going heavy. Okay. Cool. I'm strapped in.
Existential.
I would
It's
tell my
existential.
mum not to fucking date the gobshite that she dated for 10 years. Life would be so much better.
Knock-on effects, though. You never seen the film The Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher?
Right,
He
I
saved
understand.
that woman from a bomb and blew his own fucking arms off. I'd rather have my arms, thanks.
Right, but I'm aware of the knock-on effects, but your entire life has had a knock-on effect anyway. All you're aware of is how a situation is going to pan out, so you know which ones to invest more time in. You don't have the experiences. So if let's say your ex-girlfriend or whatever, you don't know. You don't have the memories of being with her, but you know how it's going to pan out.
You're 6.
So you don't bother.
Are you going to keep this information to yourself? You're going to be blurting it out. Oh, yeah, there's going to be a...
Yeah, and then
like
no
you
one
said.
listens because you're 6.
No,
and so it
people
doesn't
listen
matter.
and go, this kid's fucking mental. Lock him up.
Until it
He's
comes
banging
true.
on about 9/11.
Lock him up. Lock him up, the 6-year-old child.
I'm going to write the song WAP. That's what I'm going to do.
There you go.
Big.
Yeah, at
Yeah,
6.
creepy coming from a 6-year-old kid.
Lyrical genius. I'm going to go for... I'm going to be 6 again.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's the only logical one.
Yeah, perfectly logical.
And also, you just fucking... I'd love to go back and just fucking do things again
Just be a
differently.
kid.
I'm 26 now. I feel like I'm dead already. Like, I've got nothing else to live for.
Thanks for coming.
But I'm 26. I feel like my life's half over. I'd love to go back to when I was 17 and just fucking do loads of stuff differently. You know what I mean? I would take this at 18. Go back to 18 with all the knowledge I have now and no extra money. That's absolutely fine. I just wouldn't become a barber and life would be better.
Yeah, but maybe if you didn't become a barber, then you wouldn't want to... This is where I'm confused, because would you still want to do stand-up? Like,
Yeah.
Your experiences lead you to your thoughts and stuff, so that's why I'm so confused. You're looking at me as if I'm being ridiculous, that the concept of being a 6-year-old...
I think you're thinking too much about the mechanics of it.
I think you've blurred the lines a little bit for what was
I'm the
potentially a
dickhead.
fun conversation.
Go and stop 9/11, you selfish bastard.
Yeah, when I saw this come through, I thought we were just going to talk about all the funny things we could have prevented
He said
from
he wanted
happening.
to watch Madeleine McCann get abducted.
Yeah, that's the funny within the within the discussion.
Making a mistake, take the money and run.
Got another one. This hasn't been sent in by a listener. Saw this online. This says, today I fucked up by agreeing to be in an open relationship. I, male 20, and my girlfriend, female 21, have been dating / together for 4 and a bit years. Typical high school sweethearts. We wanted to move away and start our own lives after college. We decided to spice things up a bit and open up our relationship a little. It was pretty much a joint decision, but looking back, she was kind of insistent on the whole sex is fun idea. She's on a night out with some friends when she phones me and asks me if the whole open relationship thing is still cool, explaining she's met a guy, male 24, and asking me to pay for a hotel because she wasn't working at the time. I agreed. I tell her to go for it, and she does. She texted me to say she had a good night and that all was well. The week after, she mentioned she's meeting up with this guy again. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm cool with it. Again, asked me to pay for her hotel.
For a whore. That's what you said. Slip of the tongue. Slip of the tongue.
Again, asked me to pay for her hotel, a decision I would live to regret. She doesn't text me the entire night. Weird, but okay, maybe she's just having a good time. The next day, I receive a load of messages about how she needs a break from everything right now. Meeting this guy has apparently opened her eyes. A little more conversation and we're over. She's completely cut me out of her life. I check her Snapchat story and of course she's with him. I've heard from her friends that they're dating now.
Well, he's fucking created that situation. He's created that situation. Did he... So in at the beginning, when she suggested the open relationship, did I space out? It didn't sound as though he okayed it until she called up on the night of where I quite fancy this fella.
I think he said when they went to college, they kind of talked about it and said it was all right.
We wanted to move away and start our lives after college. We decided to spice things up a bit and open up our relationship a little. It was pretty much a joint decision. But looking back, she was kind of insistent. I don't know. Usually it's you that goes like, oh, fuck him. I'm on her side when the girl has clearly been a lunatic. But I back her in this.
I think he's just been naive.
Yeah. He's basically paid a guy to take his girlfriend off him. What sort of cook pays for the hotel so his missus can get railed? There's having an open relationship. People will have opinions on those and stuff. There's pros and cons, and I get why some people do it. It's absolutely fine. That's not the issue. But if Beth and I decided to open the relationship, if she then brings me from Pop World at 2 a.m, she's like, I met this guy. Yeah, he is older than you, but he can't afford the hotel. Would you mind paying for it? No? What are you talking about?
I didn't even consider that he could have paid for it.
Yeah.
Because I was just thinking about the
and
boys,
he's like
the
3
two
years
parties.
older as well. They're 21. Sorry, he's 20. He's 4 years older than him, this guy, and he can't afford the hotel.
Yeah, if anything, I'm doing you a favour by not paying because he's not good enough for you.
She's binned him.
Sort your life out.
But she's binned him off. She's just binned him off for someone that can't afford to pay for a Holiday Inn. What are we on about?
Yeah,
this is fucking insane.
Well, they must have like a fucking fat dick. It all comes down to dick.
Is that a good thing?
No, because she hadn't seen it at that point.
That might be. I mean,
No,
if you're going back to a hotel, you've
scatty.
made that commitment. There's got to have been some over the pants action, Finn. Come on.
Is that always the case?
I don't think that it's always the case.
No.
No one's ever asked me to take them to a hotel after being in Pop World. I've got no
you're
frame
saying-
of reference.
So you're just confidently
guessing.
saying this is exactly how it is, having never experienced it.
Yeah, that's not what this podcast
There's always
is.
some out of pants touching in the clubs.
Yeah, I've seen
In
it.
Liam's world, it's a girl. The way a girl and a guy agrees to go back for a one-night stand is they first shag in the club.
Yeah.
Then again, while waiting for the taxi, and only after that does she
Or
really
they go,
commit to-
wait 1 minute.
Try
Okay,
before you
let's do
buy.
it, let's do it.
Try before you buy. If you're taking someone to a hotel that night, yeah. Or if you're speaking to a girl and she's like, "Come back to this hotel with me." I'm really struggling to frame this sentence. If you're talking to a girl and she's like, "Come back to this hotel with me," I've just got to call my boyfriend and get him to transfer the money over. Is that not putting you off?
No, absolutely not. That's fucking hilarious. What are you talking about?
Why is that hilarious?
I pull a girl in on a night out, and she explains to me. This is bearing in mind, I'm 24 at this point. Well, so 2 years ago, I would still be up for it now. But I meet a girl on a night out in town, and she goes, "Oh, basically, I've got a deal with my boyfriend. He's going to pay for the hotel for us." You're going to go, "Oh, I'll leave it then." No. You get a shag and you save 90 quid. What are you talking
It
about?
made me feel uncomfortable. I've been thinking about him the whole time.
That's,
you not?
That's a different issue.
Would you not?
No.
No. Would you not be like, oh, what if I'm doing? She's done this as like a break from him.
I'll pay him back one day.
Take him to the
You
Hilton.
got his bank details.
Would you go ahead with that though in that situation?
Yeah, it's hilarious. What a story for you, mate. You're a fucking gimp if you say no. Basically, I could have shagged last night, but she had a boyfriend. But yeah, it was weird actually. He was such a cock. He wanted me to. He was going to pay for the hotel so she could shag me. Really
Morals
weird.
and ethics,
And then all
maybe.
your mates go, "What? What do you mean? What do you mean morals and ethics?"
I don't make my choices based on what my mates say.
Also, to be fair,
I do 100%.
to be fair, she's not spinning it as this, "Oh, I've got a boyfriend back home and he's really not going to be okay with this." But fuck him. You know what I mean? Like she's saying this in a way like, "We've got an open relationship, yeah, he's cool with it." And she's probably not, to save face, she's probably not mentioned that he's paying for the hotel. She's gone to the toilet, she's WhatsApped him and gone, "Hey, send me 90 quid.
Or if she has told him and he's said yes, then I think that would validate it. If he's gone, "Yeah, I'll pay for it," you're like, Oh, so this is legit.
So it's sound then?
Yeah, it's sound.
No, because then what if, like, my mind would be racing, like, what if he's in the cupboard? Do you know, what if this is, like, all a...
Of the Holiday Inn that
Yeah.
you've not yet
What if-
booked.
yeah, well,
That's
no.
impressive.
This is planned.
Yeah, what if it's like,
It's
yeah,
a setup.
yeah, and he just comes out and he's like, nice ass. You know, he just makes a comment or something. Like,
Yeah, it's the logical. That's
You're
that is the
exhausting you.
logical.
What? You have no knowledge of women at all. Like, this isn't a
oh
thing.
yeah,
that-
because you're very versed in the subject of fucking open relationships.
But in
it's
what
a
world?
whole other world. I'm just throwing out scenarios.
No, but in what world does he come out of the closet to the
Nice
hotel
ass.
they've not yet booked and go, oh yeah, nice ass?
I bought myself.
What are you on about?
All right, so if you're in your scenario, she can WhatsApp him in the corner. She could also say,
That's
I'm
a
going
lot
to
more
this
realistic.
Holiday Inn. I'll give you the room number in a bit. Oh, yeah. My thought process has fallen apart. He hasn't even
Give you
got
the room number that we got at get at reception.
All right,
And
okay,
I'll
all right,
message
all
you
right.
then.
Well-
You'll drive the 30 minutes to the hotel and beat us up
if
there.
she's not giving you information, maybe you think the room is already booked. My logic is, what's he getting out of it? If he's okay with this, what's he getting out of it?
He's
got to be in
not
the
okay
cupboard.
with it.
That's the whole point.
No, I'm the guy, aren't I? In this scenario, I'm the guy shagging his missus, and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
what's he getting out of this? Why is he okayed it? He's
She
in the
goes back and
wardrobe.
she tells him all the fucking... No.
Yeah.
He's in the wardrobe tugging his maggot. That's where my brain would go.
Right, well, then you're a lunatic because you've
You're
not
an
yet
odd-
booked the room.
You're an odd guy, Liam. The more I chat to you, the weirder you become.
What's so weird about that?
Because it's not possible that what you have said. There's no way on God's green earth that he is hiding in the hotel wardrobe or cupboard or closet or anything like that because the hotel isn't yet booked. It's
So
not
that's
a thing.
completely outside the realms of possibility.
Of
but
course
it's
it is.
perfectly logical that a 6-year-old with the knowledge of the future could stop 9/11.
Of course not.
Please, there has been so many. I've got my
So much overlap.
producer's brain on here. There is so many out of context. That sentence then. Think about what you just said out
I
loud.
don't want to.
He's been a knobhead for just letting her do that. She obviously just didn't want to be in a relationship and was too scared to go. Nah,
Yeah,
we're
she
done.
did. She wanted the best of both worlds. She wanted to open the relationship up so she could go, oh yeah, I can shag whoever I want,
Yeah.
but I also still want you to take me out on Valentine's Day.
Exactly that.
That's all that's happened.
I'm not opening my relationship up. That's what I've learned.
Were you going to prior to this conversation?
He's going to be in a cupboard going, fucking nice
In a
ass
random
in.
room in the travel lodge. Ends up being in the wrong fucking one. Oh, fucking hell.
You're acting like that doesn't happen. It happens.
You know something we don't, because clearly we've
Have you
got...
had someone hiding in a cupboard complimenting your ass?
Have you never seen like a cuckold video come up on Pornhub?
Yes.
I don't think they're real most of the time.
Yes, we've seen those videos. But
There's
again,
people who
if
get
you're-
off on being in cupboards.
Yeah, of course there is. But they're not in cupboards of a hotel room that's not yet been
Aslan.
booked. That's the issue. The videos you're referring to is your wife's pulled, she's took him back home, turns out that the husband's in the cupboard, and that's
the
all fine.
expression of light bulb moment. My brain's going.
Because they've not yet booked the
It's not
hotel.
been booked.
The
yeah.
Premier Inn isn't
Yeah.
booked, so there's no chance there's somebody else in the room because the room at this point doesn't exist. This room gets booked on booking.com, they walk across the road, and then they go into it.
But in the time between it getting booked on booking.com and walking across the road, she could have texted him the hotel room number. Boom.
That they've not yet checked into.
Doesn't matter. You could get the room.
He doesn't have a key.
Yeah, but so what? He just meets them outside in the hallway. Your argument makes no sense. How is he getting
There's
in
a lot
the room?
If right, there is a few
trying so
scenarios
hard.
where he could manage. We've spent too long on this. We're going to hammer
too
it
long.
home.
Way
There
too
are
long.
ways he could end up in that hotel room. All of them would mean the guy who's going to do the shagging is being simple and isn't fully like he's just let
Oh,
a
it's
guy
the cleaner
wander
at
in.
2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, okay, all right, I get it. I get where I've gone wrong.
Good.
Finn, have you got anything you want to plug, mate?
Plug.
Yeah.
Yes, my new single is out now. It came out on the 3rd of March, and you're watching this after that. I want to break Aaron now, like even more. He looks like he's gonna cry.
That's just me life.
So my song is called "Take a Ride." It's with the Blue Dolphin Wranglers. What a name!
Is that real?
Yeah.
Sick.
No, I made it up banter. It's called Take a Ride. It sounds different to anything I've ever done before. It's very like summery and kind of
Good.
can't deal with the criticism. We'd established this at the beginning.
Gone.
Oh no, that one's shit. I'll admit that one. Yeah, Take a Ride. Go listen to it.
Sick.
It's
And
good.
Just Spotify, YouTube, all that good
Yeah.
stuff. Where would you rather they listen to it? Is important.
Spotify.
Really?
Spotify. Follow me on Spotify as well.
That's the
Sound.
one.
Because
I
you
wanna
get,
get a
like,
record deal.
0.13p from Spotify, so I thought maybe
It's not about the
YouTube
money.
would be better.
Not about the money. It's about the music game's sad at the minute. It's all about your followers. Follow me.
Sound. Give us 3 things that you hate.
Trains, hotel soundproofing, and Jordan Pickford.